You have to stop your dependency on what the mind does. You see, here's the secret. The way to meditate is very simply to disidentify from your thinking. You have to clearly see that you are not the mind, that you see your mind. So whatever happens in there does not matter. The mind is a tool that you have, it's not what you are. So if you, as consciousness, as awareness, as cognizance, can see what the mind is doing, and therefore you don't fuel it anymore, because that fuel is you. You are the fuel, you are the energy, you are the awareness. That awareness that you are is energetic, it has energy to it. It powers things up. So you can power up the mind when you want to, and you can power up the mind when you don't want to, automatically, as part of your conditioning. So when you see the mind, when you look at the mind, then you see that you are not the mind. And therefore meditation becomes very, very easy, because the mind then does not have to be quiet. It will go quiet automatically when you stop fueling it. But you're not going to stop fueling it when you identify with it. Because then the mind can do its own thing. Because then you are invested in it and you won't stop it. When you believe yourself to be the mind, meaning a person, an imagination, when you believe yourself to be that, it's impossible to stop the mind. It's a thought trying to stop a thought. It doesn't work, because it itself is part of what's happening, part of the thinking. It's impossible. But when you disidentify from the mind, then the mind becomes something that you see. Your awareness is free to be what it is, regardless of the state of the mind. But of course, because you see that, you know that, and you know yourself to be the awareness looking at the mind, you're not going to fuel it when you don't want to. And then it will just naturally go quiet. It naturally goes quiet when you stop fueling it with yourself. It does not go quiet when you try to get it to go quiet. So you do not need a quiet mind in order to meditate, in order to be you, in order to be in consciousness, just as consciousness. You do not need a quiet mind. The quiet mind happens automatically when you stop fueling it, and you stop fueling it by disidentifying from it. By seeing that whatever the mind does, whatever happens in the mind, is what happens in the mind and is not you. It never is. It does not matter what the mind does. See yourself. And the portal to do that is sense perceptions. Sense perceptions happen in the present moment always. You don't see something yesterday or tomorrow, right? You see something right now. You hear something whenever it happens. Everything that you're aware of happens in the present moment. So use your brain, your mind, as the interpreter of sense perceptions in the present moment. That takes you out of the mind and makes you identify with the seer in the moment. Whatever you hear is only here now. It's not here a moment ago, and it's not here a moment from now. It's only here now. So it's always changing. That awareness is there, hearing whatever you're hearing, or seeing whatever you're seeing, and it always changes. It takes a little more with what we see, but it's the same thing actually, but it's a bit more metaphysical. So use your hearing maybe. So whatever you hear is only here now. It always changes, but the hearing doesn't change. The hearing is always present. And whatever you hear always changes. So go into the present moment and identify with the hearer. So that which hears. And then you see that that which hears is always only hearing. And never is it in time. Never can it take on a shape. So just like that, your consciousness, can never take on a shape really. Whatever shape you put onto that consciousness is just an imagination. It can serve a purpose, but it's never real. And you should always know that you are that space that hears, that sees, that is aware. And it is always aware of everything that changes continuously. When you see that, meditation becomes a breeze, because it does not matter what the mind does. The mind can do whatever it wants. You are always the same. Meditation is easy when you know that you're the seer, rather than something in the mind trying to meditate, trying to be quiet. So don't focus on quieting the mind. Don't think about it. Don't try to quiet the mind. But see that you are aware of the mind. And you do that by going into the present moment and using your sense perceptions. Using your feeling of what's happening in the moment. So feeling or seeing is the same thing, kind of. So you're aware of what happens. You are aware of what happens with your sense perceptions. And you can even use the feeling in the body. Be aware of what you feel in the body. All those things, what you feel, what you see, all those things happen in the moment. And they happen for the awareness that is aware of it. And those forms always change. But the awareness never changes. When you keep on doing this, you will see that the world really shapeshifts and changes very, very, very fast. And constantly. And you will become more and more aware that that which does not change has to be what I am. That which I am, that which is aware of those changes, never changes. And it's always there in my experience. And all the other things in my experience are always changing. So no matter what the mind does, the changeless seer is always there. See the seer instead of trying to stop the mind, trying to be quiet. See the seer.